All right, we're back. How are we looking? How are we looking? We're looking. So, okay, stream's looking pretty good. All right. So, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile. We are currently playing in a private league. It is BK's Heist Bingo League. So this is running for 10 days. It's currently start on Saturday. I didn't play too much. Saturday, Sunday, today's Monday. So day 3. Last time I left off, I believe, at the beginning of Act 3. I'm now in Act 4, so I have been playing a little bit off stream. Just because leveling this character was very similar to leveling the last raid character. So I figured, you know, just seeing how it level wasn't too different. Now, one big difference is we're going Earthquake instead of actually, let me adjust the camera a little bit too high, right? Okay. So yeah, so one difference is that last time we were playing last raid, this time we're going Earthquake. And there are some differences, right? The biggest one probably is the fact that we're not using Crimson Dance anymore. So we were using Crimson Dance with the last raid character. And basically because you attack so fast, you can stack a bunch of bleeds. But with the Earthquake character, you're basically going for one big hit and then, you know, applying bleed that way. So really what we want to do, and actually one thing I want to pick up is probably something like Brutality so I can get more damage. But really what you want is one big hit that'll apply like one big bleed. There's no Brutality here? Oh, Bloodlust is here. Okay, Brutality might be... I guess it's Act 4 then. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll finish up Act 4. But yeah, you apply one big hit, and that applies the bleed. And I'll kind of show you guys. Right now, we're just doing big hits. We're not even doing the bleed yet. And then you just run around. And it's Vol Earthquake, so, you know, you get the added benefit of, like, you know, having a Vol skill, because there is no Vol Lacerate. So, potentially, this might be more clear speed. One thing that you don't get is... like it takes a while, like at the moment it takes a while for the Earthquake to go off, right? So if you're running fast enough, there are times where like I would hit Earthquake and I would be like running away already, and then some loot drops and I don't see it, you know what I mean? So for example, if I use Vol Earthquake, I basically just start running around, and if something drops back there, I'm not gonna see it at all because I'm just running at this point, right? So the way Vol Earthquake works is you hit the ground, and then as you walk, you create little fissures that explode in as if you did an earthquake attack, and then it makes like mini explosions around your feet. So that's the big thing with Vol Earthquake, which means as you're running, you're basically clearing. It kind of feels like that Whirlwind build you had for Barbarians in like Diablo 3, you know what I mean? Where you're like running around like crazy and then there's whirlwinds going off everywhere. That's kind of what this build feels like. I don't know, it's pretty cool. I like it for now because I'm so early in the acts. Is what, level 37? The Vol Earthquake basically recharges very quickly, which is pretty nice because that means I can use it very often. So what'll happen is I'll clear a couple rooms, you know, clear a couple packs, and you can kind of tell Vol Earthquake is kind of gone now, right? And what's gonna happen is I kill some of these guys. Probably after I kill this entire room of stuff, Vol Earthquake will be back, and then we'll hit Vol Earthquake again, and we just keep running. And that's basically how I've been progressing so far. I have a pretty decent two-handed weapon. Has a lot of physical damage. I mean, there's not much to say about it. There is a mod on it, you know, chance to cause bleeding and increase damage with bleeding. So right now Earthquake has 95% chance to cause bleeding. So basically you hit them with the Earthquake, they start bleeding, and you just run away, and the bleed hopefully kills them. If not, you know, better luck next time, I guess. I bet with some of the rares you might not be able to kill them with bleed. I haven't actually checked. You know what? This might be worth checking. And this works with Vol Earthquake too, right? Which is really cool because that means, you know, we just run around with Vol Earthquake, we make all these explosions, and they're all bleeding as we run. This build so far, I'm really enjoying it. It's a little bit different from last raid. Like, it builds the same. The passives that we allocate are very similar as well. but just the way it's built and the way you play it is slightly different, and that's what I like about, you know, trying out similar builds, or like it's almost the same build as Lacerate Gladiator, and yet it's not the same thing at all. Like, it plays so differently, and you start, after you like play a few characters, you really start to appreciate just all the nuances in Path of Exile, I think, because you would think that this character in Lacerate, pretty much the same character, but because of the skill, it's so different. You have a Vol skill. You know, Earthquake has like some time before it activates. Lacerate, you're relying like a lot on the on the bleed, but also somewhat on just like hitting them to kill them, right? Or some builds can just do on hit damage instead of the bleed stuff. Whereas this build is just, it's relying also on the on hit stuff as well, but a lot on the bleed as well. I don't know. It's just it's cool how just a few changes or a few tweaks to your character, and you add a few tweaks to your character, and all of a sudden you got something that's like significant, like very much different, right? Like, it's, I wouldn't call it the same build at all. There are a lot of differences here, and I've been having a lot of fun. I would say so far, again, with this build that I'm playing, I haven't had any major challenges so far. So there's nothing that's like absolutely destroying me. There's nothing where I go, oh, I wish I had more blank defense, offense, whatever. My weapon has been pretty good, you know, and I think this was just from I was running some random heists off stream, right? Like, I didn't craft anything specific on it, and the only thing that I could ask for is maybe more defense, and by that I mean my resistances are pretty bad. You know, I've been taking a lot of like bad elemental damage. Like, when I was fighting Calm with 50%, it's 55 now. Before it was 50% fire resistance. It was kind of annoying because he kind of hurt. I didn't die, but it was just a little annoying. So, stuff like that, you know? But otherwise, I haven't had too many issues. So now let's just try and see how fast we can just progress through these areas so we can get into maps again, right? Yeah, we already got the Lacerate Gladiator into maps, and potentially if I wanted to, we could be playing that. But I figured, you know what, let's play something else real quick, just while we wait for Mayhem. I'm actually considering skipping Mayhem because I'm enjoying this character that much. Plus, I want to play the Gladiator, the Lacerate character, I mean. So I'm considering just playing this league. Actually, no, I want to get a character to level 50 at least so I can get some NTX. But I might play this for the full 10 days. I don't know. Although it is a very temporary league. Maybe I'll just get into maps and see how far I can get. I don't know how much time I can put in. I do want to put more time into the Lacerate character, but I want to get this character into endgame so I can try it out. Just have, you know, another character in my back pocket, right? Okay, so we did that. Okay, so now I can get Brutality. Right? I think
no love for Diala.
Fist of War. This might be good too. Supports slam skills, providing a powerful boost when they're used with a delay before they can be boosted again. Cannot support Vol or triggered skills, cannot modify the skills of minions. Only skills you use yourself can receive this boost. Attack with supported skill are ancestrally boosted no more than once every 2.5 seconds. Ancestral boost does not apply to repeated attack. It deals 110 more damage with hits, 70% more damage with ailments, increased AoE. We could try it with Fist of War. That could be cool because instead of Rage, we just go for one big slam every 2.5 seconds. Okay, this playstyle is gonna...
Yes.
I'm not too used to this. I'll pick up a Brutality because that's what I thought I should be using, but I could be wrong. let's start with Fist of War and we'll level Brutality on the side. And Rage, I suppose I'll level that up, but I really have no use for it. I have no use for added fire damage either, so I guess we're gonna go for Rage. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, that's a lot of AoE, huh? So every 2.5 seconds I just get one big slam. And then if I want to clear, it's Vol Earthquake. Okay. This works. This works. There's a random warband here. Oh. I didn't even notice. He's just dead. It's just that easy, guys. It's just so far damage has been pretty good, you know. I do think defense needs to be worked on, but it's just resistances. It's not really anything else. One thing I did notice when I was playing the Lacerate character was when I got into maps, defenses were starting to get a little shaky. Specifically from like physical damage. Like there was no good damage sustained. There was Enduring Cry, obviously, and Enduring Charges, but you know, we didn't have much armor, we didn't have that much evasion, and I don't know whether that's due to the fact that we didn't have enough gear, or that maybe I should have been working a little bit more on getting block chance. But this build focuses a lot on the block as well as the spell block, whereas the other one, I picked up champion charges instead of getting block spell block. So there are some minute differences in the ascendancies as well. Alright, I feel a little slow though. What's my move speed? 20%. 20%, and yet I'm still so slow. Like, look how slow I'm jumping. That's not normal. But then again, when I was leap slamming with the Lacerate character, I was using a one-handed Siege Axe, which had a lot more attack speed. It was like 165. This one's what? 115? This one's slow. This one's just one really big hit. Like I said, this build relies on just killing them with one big hit, and then applying bleed. 95% chance to bleed right now. 95% chance to bleed, and did I even pick up my Ascendancy yet? I don't think I did. So we'll be picking up the Ascendancy that gives us more bleed chance and more damage with bleed. What was it? It's like chance to bleed, chance to maim. Was that it? There was one more like interesting note about that Ascendancy. Basically the one furthest to the, or like the first one to the right for the Gladiator. I forget what it's called and what it does, but I know it led to gratuitous violence, and really that's the one I'm looking for. So probably the order I'm gonna do it is the bleed node, gratuitous violence, and then the block nodes, which means we won't have spell block until we do Uber Labs, but I guess that's okay. Alright, hit him with the bleed. Okay.
My beautiful champion. I knew I could rely on you.
That's pretty easy. Music is a little loud.
This thing gets more twisted with every step I take.
No, as always, guys, and you know, I am open to suggestions. So if you guys know any good builds out there, because I'm still like trying to just build out like a good repertoire of good builds. I'm not looking for like the really meta builds, because I feel like by the time I actually get to play them, they're gonna get nerfed anyways. Whereas a lot of these league starters, they're just league starters, you know, they never get touched for the most part. I don't know if this one is a league starter per se, but it definitely didn't require that much initial gear investment, so maybe?
Now you are simply gorgeous. Beauty shall
Alright, here's the Vol Earthquake. Got him. Very easy. So far, the damage is really good.
Get you nowhere with me, milady.
Oh man, I'm sleepy. I ate too much today, man. And it was all carbs. I've been trying to eat healthier, but sometimes you're just like, wow, there's like, I don't know what to have for dinner. So we ended up having like dumplings and instant noodles. It's not good, I know. It's not that good for you. And like I really am trying to eat healthier, because I just feel like I'm just a big potato these days at home, you know? Sitting around watching TV, playing games. I don't even need to commute to work anymore. I just roll out of bed and I go straight to work, which is in my which is right here in my basement, right? So I just I've been trying to be a little bit healthier, exercise a bit more, eat better, but today, man, today was not the day. I didn't follow those rules of mine, and you know, I basically just ate all carbs, dumplings and instant noodles. I feel the grog right now. Super groggy from all the carbs. Oh, excuse me, look at me. It's not even that late. It's what, 9 o'clock? I'm an old man, dude. Alright, hit him. He's taking so much damage. This is great.
I didn't catch a word of what you said, Doedri.
This build is going very well. Good. Okay, guys, it's time to fight Malachi. I'll be honest, I think we got it. Like I don't see a way he can kill us probably, but I don't see a way we don't kill him. I mean, we're that strong. Oh, like that kind of stuff can kill us, I suppose. It's possible. Here's the thing, you hit them with the earthquake, they start bleeding, and like, how much bleeding damage are they taking? I don't even know. How much is that? It seems like a lot. Like he's just getting phased over and over, and I'm not doing much. Oh, I popped Vol Earthquake, but that was his final form, right? Oops. Oh well.
Now, let us see if you truly understand what it means to be Nightmare.
Okay, let's not waste that Fist of War.
I gave my life.
Just instantly in hard phase.
Gave me so much more.
Again, hard phase. Crazy. Oh God, I'm sorry. It's one of those days. You know, I didn't get super good sleep, and I can't stop yawning. But hey, now that I'm yawning, I bet you feel like yawning too. Oh, that woke me up.
So in love with death.
Alright. Easy enough, right? Easy enough. I actually quite like Fist of War. It gives us a lot of damage, a lot of AoE.
Take care.
More damage on ailments is great, actually. I actually really need it, so... Turns out it's super good. Oh, I don't know why I'm so tired. Today's just one of those days. I don't know. My wife, she was having trouble sleeping too. Maybe it's something to do with the house. You know, maybe it's cursed. I don't know. The you can't sleep curse. Apparently she told me. I didn't know. I fell asleep by then, but at like 3:30 a.m. or something, she got up to read a book because just couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep either. I don't know why. I don't know why. Weird day. As a result, I'm feeling a little tired, but I wanted to play this character some more, and I've been playing it so much off stream. I'm like, you know what? I think we should stream a little bit of it at least, and then we'll keep off streaming it until we get into maps, which shouldn't take long if we do it off stream.
No love.
For whatever reason, like when we do stream it, you know, I get distracted, I end up talking, I don't take the optimal route, or I feel like I actually play a lot more than maybe people think I do. I play a few hours a day, but I play it very sporadically, and I bet over time that adds up. Like I play 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. You know, I'm eating lunch, I'm playing a little bit of PoE, going through a couple zones, maybe doing a couple maps. I've had those days, and it probably adds up. Obviously, you can't stream that because I only have like 30 minutes to play. And then I gotta go do something else, go do chores, go do whatever, right? So, go to work. So obviously that stuff like that can't be streamed if I can't. I want to at least dedicate like, I don't know, 1 or 2 hours, right, to like the stream, instead of like in YouTube video it's pretty easy. You cut it into 40 minutes. In our case, like some of these videos are 2 hours long, which really should be cut into multiple chunks if you think about it. Otherwise it's just so hard to consume. But I don't know, some of you say it works for you, so I haven't changed it, but I know that, you know, it's just so intimidating to see like a 2 hours episode, a 2 hour video, and be like, yeah, I have time to sit down and watch the whole thing. You know, it's just it doesn't always work that way. But with Twitch, you kind of do have to sit there, because it's kind of hard to stream like 45 minutes at a time or 1 hour at a time. Like, okay, I'm gonna stream for an hour, I'm gonna go, I don't know, make dinner, and I'll come back in 30 minutes and stream again. Like you kind of need some continuity when you stream on Twitch, right? Whereas on YouTube, you just make these episodes whenever the heck you feel like it. So you know, there's some differences, but so that's why I like to dedicate a little bit of time for Twitch, for streaming, that is. All right, why am I talking so much? This build is actually just like so smooth. So smooth, I can just kind of, you know, take my eye off the screen and talk about other stuff. I can talk about the build, I can answer questions, you know, like it's cool. And like, since we ran it once already with another Gladiator, I kind of have an idea of where to put my points on the tree, what kind of weapons I need. Preferably, I would like to switch to a one-handed shield soon. Would I actually? I've been actually trying to decide whether I want to. I'll lose a lot of damage if I switch to sword and board, right? Well, it'll be axe and board, you know, axe and shield, not a sword. But the point still stands. I'm probably gonna lose some damage, and but then we gain attack speed, which doesn't matter too much for this build because you want a single bleed, like really big bleeds. So in fact, like slower attacking axes, which with higher base damage might work better. And at this point, I'm just talking to myself, but those might work better. So when do I switch? I do want to switch because you need the shield to be a little bit tankier, especially if you go Gladiator for block chance. You need the shield. There's no alternative. The only question is when. I guess whenever I find a decent axe, a one-handed axe that's potentially better than my two-handed one. I don't expect to find a better two-handed axe. This is pretty decent already. I guess if it rolls high percent, like 90 to 100, like over 90% to physical damage, I could use it. It would probably be better than my current axe, probably, even if it's a one-hander. But it would need to roll pretty well. It, like, you know, if we find it and it has like triple physical mods, that would be so pog. Oh my god. I don't see that happening. Okay, I need fire and cold resistance.
Remember, we do this for free.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it has resistance. I'm gonna lose damage. I'm gonna lose a little bit of life. How much damage do I lose? 637 damage per second. It's not much. And instead I gain... Okay. So yeah, whenever I talk to new players and I watch their streams, they're always like getting chunked super hard by stuff. And the first question you gotta ask yourself is like, why are they dying so hard, right? And most of the time it's the resistances, man. Like, you look at their resistances, it's like 40, 40, 50. An exception was not yesterday. Sometime this weekend, I popped into someone's stream. I've been watching a few more streams these days. I popped into someone's stream and they were at maximum resistances, and still every single hit was hitting them for half their life. They were in maps already. It hit them for like half their life or 3/4 of their life. And I'm like, it's hard to tell when you're just watching, right? I'm like, what are your resistances? Why are you dying so hard? Like, what's going on? And then they're like, well, here's my resistance, and it's full. And then I look to the bottom left. I look at their life bar, and they had like 2,000 life, man. So let me put this out there for all you new players, okay? Resistance, get it maxed to 75%. Like, if you don't want to die, get your resistances maxed to 75%. After that, pump all the rest of your like defensive stats into life. Unless you're playing some energy shield, evasion, something. Obviously, it'd be different. But like, your number one layer of defense should be your life, or ES if you're playing energy shield. But one of those, and then it's like armor, evasion. I remember. I mean, I didn't want to be like a backseat Bob, you know, a backseat Betty. I don't know what the term is called, but I didn't want a backseat, right? So I was like, oh wow, like that that piece of gear is pretty good. It has good resistances and it has a lot of life. And the guy said, yeah, but this one has armor. That's better, right? And like, the armor values really don't matter much unless you have like tens of thousands of armor and evasion. You know what I mean? You'd rather have life and resistances. And I guess, like, unless you actually play this game, you wouldn't know that. And I didn't want to be like, well, actually, you know, like, well, actually, life is the most valuable. Life, if you look at it mathematically, you can't dodge if you don't have enough of a life pool to. I don't want to be that person. Like, they'll find out eventually. But it is what I notice most often when I go to newer streams. Where am I supposed to? And newbies get lost, just like except I'm the newbie apparently, because I'm getting lost all the time. When I go to newer streams, the reason they're dying is either resistances, and if it's not resistances, they have like 2,000 life when they're supposed to have 3,500, and then they get hit for like half their HP and they don't hit their flasks fast enough because they're not used to seeing themselves getting chunked that hard. And then they die, and then they rush their bodies into, I don't know, Katava 10 times, or potentially 30. I saw one stream, somebody like died like 40 times on Innocence. And I'm not judging, like, as a new player, like, this game is so hard to get into. But yeah, like the stuff that kills new players, bad resistance values, bad life numbers, and obviously not learning mechanics and just like taking it to the face. You know, you get killed, you revive, you come back, you get killed, you revive, you come back. GGG is not very good at telling them, you know, you really shouldn't do that, because early on, I guess it's fine actually, but early on, you know, there really isn't too much of a penalty to like corpse run a boss, right? Like you die, you come back, you kill him, you do some damage, you die, you come back. The boss doesn't heal. He doesn't go back to max HP, you just keep hitting him until eventually he's dead. But then once you get into maps, like if you build up that mentality and that kind of playstyle, you get into maps and you find out, oh, there are only 6 portals. What do you do then? And I was gonna say, you know, GGG really should warn the players, but I guess the warning comes when they do maps. Or I suppose heists, but you know, no one's gonna associate maps with heists, right? Would anyone do that? I don't know. Like it's not the same thing. I know it's supposed to be like a mini introduction to maps, just like how that Sin quest in Act 8 is supposed to be an introduction to map, or how, I don't know, corrupted zones are supposed to be an introduction to maps, but it's not exactly the same. You know, this entire time I haven't been using my Vol Earthquake because I just forgot that skill existed. I really should be using it. It's a good skill. Oh, I'm not ready to use this yet. Wow. All right. The one thing with talking and like commentating on what I'm doing while I play is when I'm trying to go fast, I stop going fast because I go on autopilot. And my autopilot is I just try to kill everything, right? Oh god, not the innocent citizens. I'm so sorry. Look, I never knew these guys were innocent. I didn't know they were just civilians and I'm just massacring them. I feel so bad, dude. Like, look, frightened citizen. And yet I could do this to her. Why did you put that in the game, GGG? I know you wanted to like show how like fucked up it was, but I feel so bad. Oh my god. And like, you know, they're just casualties of war because I'm accidentally jumping around. Okay, what do I want to do here with the skill tree? So I could get the axe nodes. I could build it like I don't need the shield nodes yet. I could go here and get the bleed nodes. That's not bad. Let's start going over here. There. Yeah, like I'm trying to rush through these acts, and it's kind of hard to do when I'm talking because, you know, when I'm on autopilot, I'm not thinking about where I'm going. I'm just running pretty much in a straight line. It's not a straight line, it's like a drunken straight line, right? Because I'm like literally just zigzagging around the area, killing everything I see. But I promise I'm trying to run straight. You know, just to be a little bit faster. It's just that when I'm talking, my brain cannot process like these. The brain is supposed to be multi-threaded, okay, for all you CS people out there. It's supposed to be multi-threaded, but for some reason mine just got stuck at single-threaded. I can't multitask. I can't talk while rushing through the game at the same time. I mean, I can try, but I don't think it'll work. We're gonna try. We're gonna try rushing it. You just jump through everything. You go real fast. What's the zone? What's the level of this zone? 42. I'm 42. I mean, we are in a way under leveled. I know you might be saying, well, you're the same level as this zone. How would you be under leveled? But actually, no, we're over leveled. Actually, is what we are, because you're supposed to be a few levels under if you're actually trying to race or rush. Oops. All right, this is going pretty well. I hope that killed them. I saw them going down to 1/4 HP, and I'm like, I hope they're bleeding or something, cause I'm not going back for them. Templar Courts, alright. I'm getting to that point of sleepiness, and we haven't even streamed that much, right? It's been 30 minutes. But I don't know, I took like I took a shower, I ate a lot. I feel like those are all the contributing factors of like your body going, oh, you want to go to bed, do you? And I'm like, no, I just wanted to be clean. But you know how like after you take a shower, maybe you get a little sleepy? At least I do. So I took a shower, and then I was like, oh, maybe I kind of want to play a bit. But the body was like, no, you said you wanted to go to bed. Typically, I would shower and then immediately hop into bed, you know? Which apparently isn't that good because you get your pillow all wet and stuff. Which is, I don't know, not good. But to me, I'm like, dude, that's basically the only way to keep a cool pillow. You know, otherwise the pillow's too hot. And I don't like hot pillows, you know what I mean? Alright, Chamber of Innocence. I mean, we're going relatively quick, 37 minutes, 20 minutes since the start of this act. This is a very short act though. I always find Act 5 is quite short. I really wonder what the next season is gonna be. I tried to guess, but I have no idea. And by next season, I mean the one coming out in January. They haven't announced anything, and I don't think they're announcing until like either Christmas or early January, but like we've been getting let's see, what have we gotten? We have gotten Harvest, which is just like some kind of weird alternate content. We've gotten this Heist, which is like, what would this be considered as? This is late game? This isn't late game. This is also like alternate content. You could run heists instead of doing anything else and just put contracts in there. I feel like we're kind of due an expansion for like late game bosses and stuff. I suspect maybe next league we're gonna get new bosses. And by new bosses I mean like, you know, bosses that are gonna go core as well and stuff. That's my expectation. Or my guess on what's gonna be next league, but you never know. I mean, GGG always tries to put the most effort or the most... Would it be attention? I think they put a lot into their Christmas leagues. Just because that's when everybody starts to play. You know, I think Chris once mentioned that, you know, no matter what, in Christmas, the number of players just goes up. No matter what league they pick, or like what league they release, Christmas numbers, the number of players playing, it just goes up. You know, everyone goes on break. Maybe it's cold. Nobody wants to go outside. All kinds of reasons, right? So I feel like typically the Christmas leagues are supposed to be the best ones, but maybe it's not always true. I actually don't remember what the Christmas leagues were, like the ones that started in December. Oh god. This way. Alright, here's where you vault Earthquake and you just run for it, right? You just gotta yeet the skill out there. And then the skill will take care of itself. Not a problem. Just gotta release it. Release the magic. Alright, Innocence. Innocence shouldn't be that hard. The only concern is his fire damage. That's okay. But if he like slams me or something, or he does that weird fireball thing, like that's probably gonna do a lot of damage to me. Well, he hasn't gone to a second form yet, but he's pretty close. Or, well, he's here. He's here. Second form. Alright, let's start the Earthquake. Oh. Okay, so far so good. Might want to drop a Ancestor Protector totem here just to get some more attack speed. Okay, last wave. Hey, Fangborn, how are you? Hope you're having a good night. We switched it up a little bit today. Leveling up another character because we started one during the private league. It's so weird. I'm a sucker for new characters, I guess. And this one's gonna be a Vault Earthquake, which so far has been very fun. It's something quite new to me, and I haven't played it before. Never played Earthquake, or when I have, it was a long time ago.
You and only you, I shall save.
Yeah, that works. I'm good. I'm back at work after my week off. It looks cool. I'm glad you're having fun with it. It's good. It's good. Hope you had like a good vacation, a good week off. Unfortunately, it's back at work, but I don't know. Maybe you do like your workplace, so
Remember, we do this for freedom.
I actually do need to take a few of my days off as well. I just can't decide when I want to do it. I want to save a few of them for the January League.
You deserve it. Once Kitava has gone.
But otherwise, I probably need to take it very soon. Thinking maybe during the delve or I don't know. But that's not a big deal. I can figure that out.
For freedom.
Okay, so we got this.
Farewell.
That's another point. We're just going into bleed damage. Because I'm going into the bleed stuff. Okay, okay. I like my job. I still got 2 weeks to take before the end of December. Oh man. 2 weeks. Typically it's hard to like get all of that vacation out of the way. This year was weird. It's like, how are you supposed to take all these vacations anyways? You know what I mean? Like, where are you gonna go? I don't know what it's like in the States, but over here, I mean, I did have a bunch of vacations planned, and you know, I was gonna go to Portugal, I was gonna go to England. That's all out the door, and like, also, I didn't get refunded for any of it, which sucked. But it's like, I had all these vacations planned, and then now it just, I guess they're all staycations. Like, I'm not going anywhere, you know? Kind of sucks in a way. I was looking forward to traveling, but yeah, as a result, I didn't take many vacation days at all. I basically took it to move. I guess I'm glad I saved it because, you know, I ended up moving to a new house and everything, and that took a lot of time and resources, but it was still weird, you know. Even when I took those days off, it was like I'm going to work because the office is at home. So, you know, you wake up, you go downstairs to the computer. Like on a working day, you wake up, you maybe grab some oatmeal, you go downstairs to the computer, you do some work. On a day off, you wake up, you don't eat for some reason on my day offs. I don't eat anything. Maybe you make yourself some eggs and bacon. You go downstairs and you play games. Like there's no difference, you know? I just had nothing to use the days on because of COVID. Yeah, exactly. It's like you have all these vacation days left and then nothing to do with them. I don't know. Kind of sucks, but whatever. It is what it is. I've been here for 13 years. I have 4 weeks, 106 hours. I don't make enough to travel the world, but we usually spend some time traveling here in the States. But this year I've taken one trip to see friends in June, but otherwise I have nothing to do. Yeah. You know what though? I like a lot of my coworkers, and again, this year it doesn't really work, but a lot of my coworkers enjoy going to like cottages and stuff, and it's something that I've never really done as a kid. Like my family, you know, we immigrated from China, and the concept of a cottage just never, I don't know, it never made any sense to us. And also it always sounded so fancy. It's like, oh yeah, they're going to the cottage. But now it's like actually pretty cheap to go to a cottage. You got like Airbnbs and stuff on like, you know, with a lakeside view somewhere out there. And they have like boats and stuff, and you can do a cottage trip for like, I don't know, like a week would be like $500. No, that's too cheap. But you get the idea. It's like quite cheap to grab a cottage for either a week or for a weekend. You know, a lot of people used to buy their own cottages, and now it's like, you know, you can totally do like a cottage trip. Those are pretty fun actually, or like a weekend winter getaway. You know, you go a little like those winter cottage. You go skiing and you go, I don't know, do some winter activities, snowshoeing, tobogganing, whatever. I have a friend who does that. There are some nice cabins up in the mountains nearby. They do week-long packages for a little more than $1,000. Yeah, they're actually like quite affordable now. When I was a kid, I always imagined it to be like what the fancy people do, you know, like what the people with like a lot of money do. And I think for my wife, she had the same idea because she got invited to a cottage once, and this was like a legit cottage. Like it was a cottage on like an island, and I think they must like share the island with just like a few select people because nobody was on the island. It's a tiny little island. You know, they took a boat over to the island and did fancy stuff, right? And then even for her, she was like, yeah, like cottages are too fancy for us. And then we looked it up and we were like, well, actually they're pretty cheap. So we did have like a cottage trip planned for this summer as well. Again, couldn't go, but I'm actually really excited to go next year because it would be like my first real cottage trip. And like God, like I'm 30 now, you know, like I've never gone. Yeah, raised Pinky and Snooty accents. Yeah, that's honestly what I had imagined when I was a kid. Do it, dude. Yeah, I've never done it. It's so weird. I don't know why. It's just, you know what? It's like we would always plan like other trips, right? First of all, what? Talk to Lonnie. Did I not talk to her?
Yes.
Oh. But yeah, like we had a plan. I was excited to go. You do a little bit of fishing, you know, you do some canoeing. I was so excited. This year's messed up, man. It's messed up. Let's grab this. I did one like 15 years ago at one of the ski resorts. It was amazing. That sounds awesome. I used to really enjoy skiing. Now not so much. What I like cross-country skiing a lot more now these days. That has nothing to do with the cottage though. I would love to do like a little winter cabin cottage thing. That would be super fun. Oh my god, it'd be super fun. But like if we're talking just skiing, I don't know if you guys were around for it, but I like fractured my shoulder skiing maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Prior to that, so that was like my first ski trip in a while, and I fractured my shoulder. And then the one ski trip prior to that, I fell and got a concussion. I wasn't wearing a helmet. I'm an idiot, I know. So after those two, I'm like, I don't know if this is for me. When I was a kid, I loved skiing, and I still do in a way. But like now, I don't know why. When I was a kid, I was like blast down the mountains. I go super fast. It was super fun. Now I'm going down and just like a little bit of speed, I'm like, whoa, this is too fast. This is too fast. Like, stop. You know? The fear is in me now. Like I'm like, dude, this fast and you hit a wall, you're gonna splatter. That's what I imagine, and I can't do it. And I see like my wife is just like, you know, doing little S turns and stuff on the ski hills, and like, you know, obviously the reason why you turn is to slow yourself down. It's not actually to go fast, but just like, I don't know. Going down the mountain just doesn't. It doesn't appeal to me anymore. Obviously, there's many other activities you can do in the winter. It's not just skiing. You can do all kinds of stuff. But ski trips are not. I saw ski resort, so that's why instantly I started thinking of skiing. Like last time I went to a ski resort with my wife, I ended up going to like one of those outdoor spas, and it was awesome. It's like it's like, you know, those pools and shit. You know, you go into like a hot tub, and it's outdoor. You have like snow on the outside as well, and then you hop from the hot tub into like a cold like a cold tub as well, and then you just like do like a cold plunge, and then you go into some weird room and you relax for 50 minutes, take a nap, and then you come back, you go to the sauna, you do it all over again. The cycle of like hot, cold, relax, hot, cold, relax. I did that all day. And then the other time I went cross-country skiing when she went alpine skiing. Either way, I stopped doing alpine skiing because I'm like, I can't do this anymore. We went early fall, no snow on the slopes. The resort had horseback riding and hiking before snow season. So try early autumn or late spring and check with them on what they have to offer. That actually sounds really fun. That sounds really good. I might try to do that. It's funny, my wife, she loves animals in general, but she really likes horses as well. There's like a horse stable near her house that she would often visit when she was a kid, and like just look at people riding horses and stuff, and she'd think it's super cool. She'd want to like pet the horses. But here's the thing, she's like extremely allergic to horses. Like just like not just like slight allergies, like, you know, she'll sneeze, she'll get hives, like she's really allergic to them. And then she'll see them. We were traveling one time in Paris, and you know, sometimes you see like I think they were the French police or whatever, and they were riding horses, and then she was just staring, and she's like, can I go pet them? I'm like, yo, you're allergic. And she's like, yeah, but it's just like one pet. It's like, we're in a foreign country. You don't even know how to say allergy medicine in French. Like, what are you gonna do if a horse sneezes on you or something? She's like, no, it's gonna be fine, I swear. I'll just wash my hands after. Excuse me. It's kind of ironic, just like how much she likes them, and yet she's like so allergic to them. It's not a healthy relationship in the literal sense.
Did you think our vengeance was done, Savior? Oh no.
Oh my god, why am I so slow? Alright, we got him. We got some. I should probably do my ascendancy. But I'm right next to Katava. Jeez. I'll do my ascendancy later. How much resistance do I have? I won't even lose that much. I'm not worried. Like, well, obviously one of the concerns is you go do your ascendancy, and then you lose all your you kill Katava, you lose all your resistances, and now you can't do lab anymore. But our resistances are actually like pretty good. We would go down to the 60s, but at least it's not like some people who basically rush through the story. They do Katava, and now they're like their resistance was already pretty bad. They were at like 50, 60, 60, and now they're at, you know, 20, 30, 30. Like, that's bad. We'll be at like 60, 60, 76. It's gonna be fine. Alright, let's speed it up a little. You pop the Vol Earthquake and you run. I've been trying to play some new games on the side. Like, I feel like I need to diversify a little bit. You know what I mean? Not to say I want to be a variety streamer or anything, but it's like I've been playing a lot of PoE, and I own a lot of other games. You know, like one of my addictions. Should I call it an addiction? One of the things that I do that maybe I shouldn't do as much is like I just freaking buy games on Steam and never play them. Like I swear I can't be the only one that has this problem. And it's like, oh yeah, I really want to play this game. I would see something on a Steam library. Oh, it's on sale. Great. And then I'd buy it and I would never play it. And actually, My biggest problem is I buy all these games, and you look at my library of games that I play and the hours played. 80% of my hours, no, that can't be true. 99%, see, 95%, let's say 95% of the hours I spent playing games is spent on like free-to-play games. Why did I even bother buying any video games? Like Path of Exile, free-to-play. Although given how much I spent on like stash tabs and MTX, maybe it wasn't that free, but you get the point. I've been playing a lot of Valorant, free-to-play. In the past, I played a lot of Dota, free to play, and like in between like Dota, Path of Exile, and I don't know, some random MMORPG, I probably spent like over 10,000 hours. You know what I mean? And like you compared that versus like, I don't know, what's the most I played on a paid game? StarCraft. I don't know, probably it's like StarCraft or something. I played a lot of StarCraft when I was in college. It's probably like 200 hours at best. No, it has to be more than that. Maybe 1,000 hours of StarCraft versus like 10,000 hours of free-to-play games. And then I have like 400 games in my Steam library that I just never touched. Like, why do I do that?
For freedom.
Anyways, I've been trying to play more games. And it's kind of funny because the game I've been playing a lot more these days is Valorant. Free to play.
Yes.
I don't know, man. Maybe I should just stop buying games altogether. There's no point. I'm not gonna play them anyways. I don't know why. Okay, this chest armor, I would like to swap it. There's a caveat though. Okay, I need like 1 red. Okay, that's all I need. What's this? Yeah, it doesn't matter. These two literally don't matter. Faster attacks, I'll level it, I guess, but this one doesn't matter. I don't need this golem anymore.
Yes.
It was there just to give me some regen, but really I don't
We do this for freedom.
I don't need it. Okay, let's go up here and grab these life nodes so I can get some more life and more resistances. Resistances early on are just, you know, they're so useful. Okay. But yeah, I've been playing a lot more Valorant. It's pretty fun. You know, it's been a long time since I played a shooter game. Of all the shooter, like, I would say of all the shooter games I played in the past, I probably spent the most time on something like Counter-Strike. I've tried playing Overwatch. I've tried playing like Apex Legends, PUBG. Never played Fortnite. And there isn't a specific reason why. Like, it's like, I hate Fortnite. It's not like that. I never tried it. Because at that point, I wasn't interested in shooters anymore. Because I sucked at them. I tried Battlefield. I tried COD. You know, I kind of tried them all out. And at the end of the day, I'm like, I think I liked CS the best. And it was the one I was most familiar with. So when I tried out Valorant, I was like, this really gives me, like, nostalgic feelings of playing Counter-Strike. Except, you know, they added abilities, which was kind of weird, but I guess interesting at the same time. Yeah, I've been actually having a lot of fun playing it. I think I streamed it once, but it wasn't for very long. It's a pretty, you know, it's probably gonna be a game I play off stream more than I stream. But yeah, just want to put it out there, you know, like I've been having fun with it. That's what I've been doing off stream, aside from more PoE. Can never have enough PoE. This game, it just consumes your life. which is like, I'm not saying it in a good way. Like, it actually consumes a lot of your time. You know, if you actually want to learn the game and do everything you want to do and get to the late game, you gotta spend a lot of time. And you know, this season or this league, I wasn't able to spend that much time, which is why I'm playing like all these other characters, not getting into maps and stuff, because I'm just like, you know what, let's just do random stuff for fun, get ourselves ready for the next league. Who knows how much time we'll have then, but at least we have like some form of consistent streaming schedule going on right now. So I know I can at least dedicate like 2 to 3 hours, you know, every other day or something. All right, here's the plan. We pop Vol Earthquake and we just kind of run back and forth. He got poisoned? Why is he poisoned? Oh, I guess it's one of the passives. Chance to poison or something? Yeah. Okay. I mean, look, it's been an hour. It still took us an hour to do this act. I'm quite surprised. No, it took 20 minutes. Whoa! I didn't see that coming. Okay. Let's be serious now, okay? That was a joke. I was just kidding. I wasn't saying everything's super easy. It's not. Well, I was saying everything's super easy, but turns out it wasn't. Just kidding, game. This is super hard. What happened? Just like snapped me, and I guess my defenses aren't good. I don't have much life. 1500 is a little low, but when I was playing last raid, I did just fine. Okay, let's be more careful. Okay, let's not get slammed like that. Or like that. You see him raising his fist, you get out of there. Okay. That caught me by surprise. I didn't think I would get hit that hard. Luckily, we're not playing hardcore. If we were playing hardcore, we'd be dead right now. And I would have wasted, like, I don't know, like 4 hours of progress. So... Oop. I'm glad it jumped there. I think we got him, right? I don't think there's another phase, right? Yeah, I think so. Okay, that's it. Good. Unfortunately, we died. One time.
The flame of hope may flicker, but it cannot be extinguished.
Alright, sorry. I had to turn it off real quick. Alright, so that was Act 5.
I'm Captain Lily.
Pretty easy, right?
Remember,
Like I said, like this build so far, there really hasn't been anything to really cause me any real concern, you know? It's been pretty smooth for the most part. Obviously we died to Katava just now, so...
Still alive, are we?
For the most part. For the most part, it's been okay. I mean, our gear hasn't been great. Actually, our gear is, like, somewhat decent. You know, there's life and resistance everywhere. Our resistance is 84, 62, 60. Like, that's not bad. Ooh, Superior Herald of Purity. It doesn't look too bad. Glad you aren't playing hardcore yet. Yeah, I'm starting to have some second thoughts about hardcore. Like, just the way I die. You know, I don't mind dying. But I'm looking at the way I die. I'm like, this is pure carelessness. You know? Just going, I think I'm fine. Yeah, we don't need resistances. We don't need this and that. Like, if this were hardcore, maybe I would have done my ascendancy first, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. All of these stats, like the deaths I don't like are the ones where I die from hubris. Those are the ones I don't like. The ones where I'm just like, dude, I saw it coming, but there was like nothing I could do. I don't know. That's fine. But the ones where I'm just like, look at me, mom, no hands, and then like I die, those make me a little upset. Or at least like when I see myself doing that, I'm like, oh, why did I? Oh, like, you know, it just feels terrible. Oh man, this... You gotta kill every one of these things. That's annoying. Just to make this... clear out this quest. I shouldn't have triggered the abyss, actually. I think I cleared everything. Okay, I'm going for more HP. But yeah, I am also glad I am not yet playing hardcore. I'm actually thinking maybe I shouldn't play hardcore for endless delves. I looked up and I talked to some people online about endless delves. It sounds like hardcore is gonna be really hard. Like, you gotta play in very specific ways just to get far enough to do anything. And like, if you get deep enough, you're just gonna, like, you will die instantly. So I'm thinking for endless delves, we go softcore and just try to push as hard as we can. You know, hardcore is just gonna get us killed over and over, and like, either low depths or something stupid is gonna get us. I don't know. I still haven't decided, but I'm starting to lean towards softcore because I'm a little worried we're just gonna get stuck in the mud somewhere. You know, you keep dying at like level 40 or something like that. It's possible. Or like, or we just go horizontally like forever because we don't know how to clear the next few like depths. Like, that's what I'm worried about. I suppose you never really run out of azurite because you just go horizontally somewhere, but
how you going?
Azurite won't be a problem. Problem is staying alive in those delves with like basically no gear. You gotta farm a lot.
Hello.
And then you finally farm whatever you need. And you die in hardcore delves, and I don't know, it's gonna feel so bad. We're still debating, but debating whether I want to subject myself to that pain. Because there's no denying it. It's gonna be painful playing hardcore endless delves. Yikes. I thought I could do it. I'm like, I have a general idea of what delve builds are. And then I talked to some of the streamers and like asked some questions, and it's like, oh, this sounds hard. It sounds like I don't know what I'm doing at all. How did he do so much damage to me? I have a lot of fire resistance, don't I? 76%, and yet he still did so much. Do I have leech? I don't. I had leech on my last raid build. Okay, I got super confused. The two characters are way too similar. Not in playstyle, but just in builds. In their tree.
Ready, Exile? It is time to hunt! Oh, that was a juicy one, Exile!
Alright, so... let's see. Let's do the Tidal Island quest. And then... we will do... maybe unlock Tukohama? Like the Pantheon? And then maybe we'll call it. It won't be a long one today, because... I have early meetings tomorrow for work. But I will be on tomorrow as well. Hopefully a little bit earlier. Anyways, that's in another 10-15 minutes. We'll go for a little bit longer. See how far we can take it. There's a quest here. Why am I even in this zone? There's a quest. Okay.
An exhilarating hunt, Exile. Now it is time for Einar to go to Einar business.
All right. Mud flats, and then what's the next area? Anyways, so an hour we did. We're not really rushing it, are we? It doesn't feel like it. Again, when I get to these later acts, I really start slowing down. Ball Earthquake really helps, though. You know, it forces me to do a little bit of clear speed, or like do things that are more clear speed oriented that I normally wouldn't do. You know, in order to do damage, you gotta run around, which means you might as well just run forward and don't stop. I feel like it should be here, or maybe here. Oh my god. Oh, shoot. I don't have the eye. Totally forgot that was a thing. Oh, I'm getting stunned so hard. What? Alright, there's the eye. Do I have faster attacks on this thing? On Leap Slam? Ancestral Protector, Leap Slam, Dash. I don't have faster attacks, yo. Oh my god. No wonder it feels so slow. There we go. Oh my god, I've been running without faster attacks on my leap slam for like over an hour. I'm like, it feels like I'm floating, man. Oh, so much better. Ow. Now I need to... It felt so slow and I didn't know why. I'm like, man, two-handed builds are just... I guess they're just like that, huh? I must have switched around some gear and not noticed it. Oh my god. I didn't think he was gonna do that. Okay. Just one earthquake is all it takes, I think. Maybe two. Oh.
I believe in traveling light.
Alright. That's good. Let's see this axe. Could be good. 88 to 152. Could be decent. Has a lot more attack speed. Yeah, okay. Let's get the waypoint for the ridge. Sorry I'm being quiet. I had an issue I'm dealing with at work, but I'm listening to you. Hey, no worries, man. That happens to me all the time as well. Sometimes I'm on call for work, and people would message me. And I work in IT. It's always some kind of like application issue or whatever. And I'd be like, ah, crap. Okay, gotta deal with that. And then it's literally the same with me because I'd normally be like watching some stream or something. It's like, okay, yeah. So no worries, man, no worries. Okay, I think I can craft on this axe. I want a life belt. It's a pretty good life belt. It has less resistance, but it's a lot more life. I think it's worth it to swap. I lose some resistance. Yeah, I lose 6%. 6%. It's not that much. Now this axe.
Stay sharp out there.
This axe is interesting. And also I should get a... Oh, what's this? Passive respect. Second wind. On my last character, I totally forgot to get this gem, but it's actually super good. So second wind and dash. Well, actually, I'll figure it out in a second. Then with this extra point, we're gonna get some more HP. So now we're at 1700. It's still very low. It's still very low. I need to get more HP. Where will I get more HP? There's here. There's here. Let me check my tree. Okay. And then there's the wheel, and then there's the marauder part of the wheel. Okay. So this axe, I can probably get more physical damage, right? Yeah. I think I want to. So we're still rolling two-handed axes, because I just can't find anything better. That's a lot more damage. It's a lot more DPS. I don't know a lot more damage. Actually, no, this is more raw damage, too. Raw physical damage. Yeah, okay. And then I'll put Herald of Purity there. Dash. Second wind. This can just go somewhere here. Fine. Oh, that's so much better. So much faster. Man, I gotta do some of these contracts later. Probably off stream. Okay. Alright, we're just running. We're just running through the area of all Earthquake for the win. Oh man, having more attack speed just feels so good on this character. On any character, really. More attack speed, more cast speed. You don't get stuck in animation. Like, I feel like all builds should just have high attack speed. It's just no question. I know, like, GGG wants to push some, like, you know, big bonk builds where, like, you attack slow and you only need one hit, but it just feels like you're in mud. It doesn't feel good. Having high attack speed, and it's not about clear speed, just like more attack speed just feels good. Because you get to move faster too. Although admittedly having more attack speed, more movement speed, it kind of translates to more clear speed. So maybe I do like clear speed characters and I'm just too proud to admit it. You know? I don't want to be those clear speed people. Yeah, although I'm not afraid to say it. Like these days, like having good clear speed is probably pretty important anyways, you know, at the end of the day. If you want to get anywhere. It doesn't have to be insane. When it's too fast, I don't know what's going on, but you need to find like a good balance. You can't go too slow either. Like again, I'm not judging. I saw somebody take a whole day to get through an act. He was streaming and he took like 5 hours to get through Act 1. And there's like, if you're enjoying the game and having fun with it, it's fine. But it's like, what could you possibly be doing that you take 5 hours to clear Act 1? Like, killing everything in even if you killed everything in every zone, I don't think it would take 5 hours. I guess he was reading everything. I tuned into his stream. I watched a little bit. And then I'm like, oh my god, like, what's he doing? And I wanted to help, but I'm like, I don't know if I can help. Like, maybe he doesn't need my help. I don't know if he wants it anyways. Like, he's just vibing, you know? Like, he was having fun. And I'm like, yeah, this is cool. This guy's enjoying PoE, but like, it's super slow. Like, he was still using default attacks in some instances, you know? You don't want to go, like, it's fine if if it's your first playthrough, but if you're like at your third or fourth playthrough and you're like, how do I get better at PoE? How do I earn more money? Blah blah blah. You gotta go a little bit faster, man. And you gotta stop using default attacks, stuff like that. Anyways, he was having fun, so nothing, you know, again, I don't have anything against it. But like, it's, you gotta find your balance, and maybe that was his balance. I don't think I would be able to do that. I can't be at like the top levels of clear speed, but I can't be like default attacking everything either and taking 5 hours to do one act. I can't do that. It's no. And watching it, like, it was slightly painful to watch. Only thinking as if like, oh, this is like, oh, can you I can't imagine myself like at this point in the game taking 5 hours to do an act. But I guess as a new player, it's like totally doable. Like I wasn't, you know. And I'm like, but he was having fun, so I came back to the stream like, you know, 5 hours later. And he just got into Act 2. I'm like, okay. And I went into his like video highlights or whatever, like his video history, and I'm like, did he like take a break from streaming and come back 5 hours later? No, he just like, he was, you know, reading everything, checking out all the skills. There's so much to check out as a new player. Like in PoE, I come to that realization. If you actually want to like just figure everything out, read everything, there's actually a lot of content. It's just that we tend to skip it all. He was like reading everything, reading every skill, trying out every skill. In a way, it was actually like kind of cool. It's, you know, I wish I could experience that again as a new player. Just like, oh wow, there's so many new skills. I want to try all of these. I want to try all these builds. Now I have like a vague idea of how everything works at the very least. Even if I don't have like a complete understanding, I have a vague idea, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen it. I guess I know how it works. But like just being like all fresh and wide-eyed again, like, oh my god, like this is how it works. Oh my god, look, I just dropped an orb of transmutation. Cool, what does that do? Like, wow, I want that back. Wow, my first exalted orb. Wow, my first Cyrus kill. You know, although the Cyrus kill wasn't that long ago, was it? It was just last league. So really, it wasn't that long.
I shall not suffer this humiliation again.
Alright, Brutus. There is a chance that Brutus can one-shot me. Or Shavron. Lightning damage is probably not... I probably don't have... I don't have a good way to deal with lightning damage right now, I think. Yeah, resistances are 57. If it was cold, it'd be worse. Luckily, it is not. Okay. Pretty easy so far. Oh.
I believe in traveling light.
All right. We got Brutus. Fingers crossed, no rip, dodge, dodge, dodge. You just gotta use the circle strat. I learned that while playing my Righteous Fire build. Just gotta run in circles, like tight little circles. They can't hit you, I swear to God. That's what I learned. You know, every league you learn something new. So last league, the RF character, because you're so close anyways, you have to be close to deal damage. I was like, how am I supposed to like avoid their attacks? And it's just, you run in circles. I don't know, maybe they have a turn rate or something. They can't hit you. But yeah. No rip, dodge, dodge, dodge. That is what you have to do. You just gotta keep dodging. Okay. Let's see. So we started today in Act 4. In like the middle of Act 4. We're currently in Act 6. So we have gotten through quite a few acts in the last hour and a half. Which is, you know, pretty good. I'm probably going to be playing this character a little bit more off stream. I was hoping to play a little bit more of the Gladiator, but the last raid character today, but I actually have some other stuff that I need to deal with. So unfortunately, I will have to end this episode right here. But thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. I'll see you guys next time.